17-year-old accident victim succumbs to his injuries. Prime Minister promises to expose foreign exchange cartel. PNM's water reform plan ripped on live TV, and Vibes Cartel responds to Defense Minister's statement of cutting his itinerary ahead of his highly anticipated Trinidad concert. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Friday, 16th May 2025. To a top story this evening, 17-year-old Kennel Davidson, a student of Scarborough Secondary School, has died following injuries sustained in an accident near the Dwight York Stadium last weekend. Police confirm the Falcon Drive New Grange resident passed away at Mount Hope Hospital at 10 a.m. today. Investigations into the accident are ongoing. Tobago Updates extends deepest condolences to the family of Kennel Davidson. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessor says her cabinet will soon lift the veil on what she has described as a foreign exchange cartel operating in Trinidad and Tobago. During Thursday's post-cabinet briefing at the Red House, the Prime Minister said a full report on the Forex distribution and leakages over the past decade is being prepared.
Ministers Tanku, Swarat Singh and Kama Maraj, they have been mandated also to bring a report on Forex distribution and leakages over the past 10 years.
Persad-Bissessor, as she spoke on the matter of Forex at her cabinet's second briefing since forming the government, she confirmed that the long-suppressed CLICO report will be laid in Parliament, calling it vital to understanding and preventing future financial crisis.
The taxpayers cannot keep bailing out loss-making state enterprises. So we plan to deal with that in the near term. We also plan to deal with the property tax issue and to sort out the issues with CLICO in the coming months. That CLICO report, we will lay it in Parliament. I think it was really intolerable that the government hid that CLICO report from the Parliament and therefore from the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
The Prime Minister said the report will identify who accessed foreign exchange, why they received it, and how it was used, adding that it will expose those behind unfair and questionable distribution practices.
That was one of the greatest economic meltdowns that we have had, and therefore we deserve to know why, what, when, where, how, and what recommendations there are to prevent such contagion from taking place in our economy.
Persad-Bissessor emphasized that transparency and accountability are critical as her administration moves to address long-standing concerns in the management of the country's financial and state resources. Kimberly Mitchell, Tobago Updates, Television News.
In a dramatic move shaking up Trinidad and Tobago's public utilities sector, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessor has officially shredded the PNM's WASA transformation plan, both figuratively and literally. Reporter Jewel Green-George has the details.
Thursday's post-cabinet press briefing, Persad-Bissessor tore the cabinet document in half on live television, calling the PNM's proposal an insult to WASA workers. Public Utilities Minister and MP for Couva South, Barry Padarath, standing firmly beside the PM, revealed that the plan, crafted under the former PNM administration, created 34 executive roles costing over $74 million. By rejecting that plan, an annual saving of at least $30 million without mass layoffs will be realized.
Tons of top senior managers that was brought in under the transformation process. So you're looking at top senior managers with salaries ballooning over $100,000 with perks. So that's essentially what the cabinet note dealt with today with respect to the transformation. It's that top-heavy layer of managers, the executive management team that would have been brought in under Minister Gonzalez.
Minister Barry Padarath, however, in 2022, as a member of the Parliamentary Joint Select Committee, agreed that the WASA transformational plan be financed and implemented along with employee cuts. PSA President Felicia Thomas applauded the rollback, calling it a win for frontline workers.
On behalf of the workers of the Water and Sewage Authority, we thank this government for once more making the jobs of public officers secure. We thank you, and for the upcoming period, we can rest, we can be happy, we can plan our lives as workers in this country, and we look forward to working with this government to improve the water supply to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
But not everyone is cheering. Former Public Utilities Minister MP for Aruca, Lopino, Marvin Gonzalez, the architect of the axed plan, is firing back. He admonished the country to wait for the true outcome of the corruption and the mismanagement, accusing MP Persad Bissessar of being a liar. Gonzalez's plan aimed to cut WASA management by 40%, reduce reliance on desalinated water, and modernize old infrastructure. But Labour Minister Leroy Batiste, himself a former PSA head, blasted Gonzalez's plan, claiming it as fabrication. In the fallout, 9 WASA board members have resigned, and the future of CEO Keith Roy Halliday is now uncertain. As political tempers flare, one thing is clear: the fight over water reform has become a high-stakes battle in Trinidad and Tobago's power struggle. This is Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
We'll take a short break and come back with more. Stay with us.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Do you think you know Premier League or Champions League football? What about international cricket or the IPL and CPL? How about NBA basketball? Well, now you can put your skills to work to earn some extra cash by betting on the games with TT Bet Arena. Simply go to our website, choose a sport you want to bet on, find the games and place your bets. And with your computer or mobile device, you can bet from anywhere. Just go to ttbetarena.com, sign up for a free account, make a deposit, and start betting. It's that simple. You can even qualify for our $2,000 sign-up bonus. We also have horse racing, plus live casino games where you can bet using TT dollars. And check our new Tobago location at 7B Milford Road, Crown Point. For more info, call or WhatsApp 494-0634. TT Bet Arena, the #1 sports betting company in Trinidad and Tobago.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Thanks for staying with us. Dancehall star Adidja Vibes Cartel Palmer has broken his silence amid reports that Trinidad and Tobago's new Defense Minister Wayne Sturge is scaling back his planned public appearances ahead of his May 31st concert. With his arrival set for May 26th, Cartel addressed the controversy, providing clarity.
There is no problem with Vibes Cartel performing in Trinidad. You know what I mean? The necessary permits were granted. The problem lies in where the promoter took it upon himself and tried to fill Vibes Cartel itinerary with things that had nothing to do with Vibes Cartel performance.
Cartel agrees with the minister's decision to cut out the various appearances the promoter included in his Trinidad visit.
And rightfully so, the defense minister pulled the plug on that part of the itinerary. And there's no problem there because Vibes Cartel represent for Trinidad, they represent for Jamaica. As a matter of fact, we represent for the entire Caribbean. And my job is to come perform for the people of Trinidad. And I miss performing because I haven't seen you guys in over 15 years. So, big up to the outgoing government. Congratulations to the new government. Jaco, I've known you for years. Do better, sir. But guess what now? See you the 31st.
Minister Sturge reportedly cancelled several planned engagements for entertainer Adidja Vibes Cartel Palmer on May 27th and 28th, including a morning radio interview, TV spot, press drop-in, school visit, community lunch, and an official meet and greet, citing concerns over the artist's influence and criminal past. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has confirmed the new session of Trinidad and Tobago's Parliament will officially open on Friday, May 23, 2025, following her party's victory in the recent general election. Here's more.
Mentioned to some of you, opening on the 23rd, which is next Friday.
Among the first business items will be the introduction of the bill to repeal the existing Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority (TTRA) Act. The Prime Minister noted that the Cabinet has already approved the legislation, signaling a significant policy shift in the new administration's approach to revenue management.
We are keeping our word on scrapping the TTRA. And to that end, today the Cabinet approved a bill to be laid in Parliament, at the first sitting of the Parliament, to repeal the TTRA Act.
Additionally, Persad-Bissessar revealed that the Cabinet has formally adopted the United National Congress Manifesto as the official framework for government policy.
We are committed to keeping the policy guidelines, policy outfalls, outreach that we promised. Our manifesto today was adopted. The various manifestos, we had 9 of them. They've all been put together to form our manifesto, will govern this term, and that today was accepted by the Cabinet and approved as government policy.
The first sitting is expected to set the tone for the UNC administration's legislative agenda, with government members expected to outline their policy direction and legislative intentions in the coming weeks. Kimberly Mitchell, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Minister Barry Padarath and the Prime Minister announced the approval of laptop distributions in September 2025 in time for the new school term. During the announcement, it was stated that the laptops will include an AI component designed to enhance the learning experience. The procurement is intended for incoming students and is expected to be completed in time for the start of the school term. The Minister of Education said they are procuring 18,000 laptops and accessories for the students.
I want to say that these laptops will not be given empty. They will be filled with AI tutors, educational videos, and programs that will allow our young people, age appropriate, that will allow them to live and learn in a digital world.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Centre has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Welcome back. At yesterday's post-cabinet briefing, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar announced the possibility of resuming hangings, with only 18 out of 38 eligible inmates likely to be affected.
The number of inmates, I am told, on death row as of Saturday, May 10th, 2025, is 38. 38. Of these 38 inmates, only 18 are eligible to be hanged if we accept that these 18 have been sentenced to death and are yet under the 5-year timeline established by Pratt & Morgan by the Privy Council. So that is only these 18 condemned inmates under the 5-year timeline. The other 20 are over the 5-year timeline, though they have appeals pending. In terms of how many condemned inmates can face the death penalty or have the death penalty be carried out at this time, that is to say, whom among the 18 can have a death warrant legally read out to be executed? Unfortunately or fortunately for some, the answer is none. Is none, given the state of the law.
To some other news now, the People's National Movement is set to enter another heated political season as it prepares for internal elections by the end of June 2025. This decision comes as the party's leadership, following a meeting on May 12th, has recommended that all national executive positions, including the post of political leader, be contested in a fully democratic one-man, one-vote election. Here's more.
In a significant development, opposition leader, veteran politician and MP for Arima, Penelope Beckles-Robinson, has officially confirmed her intention to vie for the party's top post. Beckles, who has served the PNM in multiple high-level roles, now steps into the spotlight as the first candidate to declare for leadership amid what is shaping up to be a pivotal movement for the party's future. In contrast, former Prime Minister, MP for Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West, Stuart Young, long considered a potential contender, remains silent, leaving political observers speculating about his intentions. A special General Council meeting is being held today, May 16th, to deliberate on the leadership's recommendations. Among them, that elections be held by June 30th, all 16 national executive posts be open to contest, and the establishment of an election supervisory committee to oversee the process, electoral roll, and code of ethics. Party insiders revealed that June 25th is the tentative election date under serious consideration. The PNM's last internal election in 2022 saw former Prime Minister and then leader Dr. Keith Rowley winning re-election with a dominant 92% of the vote. However, voter turnout was notably low. with only 9,111 of 105,894 eligible members casting ballots. With growing calls for transparency and wider participation, the 2025 elections are expected to be more competitive and closely watched. Former PNM General Secretary and Arima Mayor Ashton Ford expressed concerns about the tight 6-week timeline for organizing such a critical election. Ford also reignited criticism over what he described as a lack of consultation in appointing Beckles as opposition leader, a move he believes continues to raise internal concerns. Meanwhile, intense lobbying is underway for PNM's 6 Senate positions, with names like Foster Cummings, Faris Al-Rari, and Shamfa Kajol-Lewis surfacing. Sources indicate that appointments are being finalized ahead of the new parliamentary term opening next week. Other names in the mix include Dr. Amory Brown, Hassel Bacchus, and Vyash Nandlal, with unconfirmed reports of former UNC members Larry Lala and Anita Haynes Allen also under consideration, adding a surprising twist to the Senate lineup. Ford, sticking to his principles, reiterated his stance that defeated candidates should not be appointed to Senate positions. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
Well, the TNT Met Office has placed Trinidad and Tobago under an adverse weather yellow alert. The details of what you can expect from tonight into the weekend are up next. That's a break.
This is how it's gonna go.
So come here, Paul Black.
Cause this is your show. And everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look out below. This is your show. And everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look out below. Cause this is your show.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme.
Well, I want a proper window for me house, yeah? I want no shake thing in my place.
Our commitment is simple: to provide high quality innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces.
We get one wall on the side and we get one hole. You can put a window there, invent something, a window for put there.
At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style.
Well, me meet ya. Me don't know who I'm talking to, but my cousin Tofina tell me for call all you go get proper thing for put there. Me don't know.
Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business.
Driven? No, I ain't driving. I get a bus ticket. One of me pick me them go drop me down there. Must bring me down there. Russo Trace Springer down by the place down there.
Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products, it's about relationships. It's about you.
It's all about me? Who's your family? You know Edna and Dorka and them, you know them, but you resemble them Edward boy and Edward people them you.
Tobago Glass Supplies, Russo Trace Spring Garden, telephone number 639-6266. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Tobago Meteorological Service has issued a yellow level adverse weather alert from 6 p.m. on Saturday, May 17th to 6 p.m. on Sunday, May 18th. Moisture and instability from southeasterly winds may trigger heavy showers and isolated thunderstorms. Saharan dust may suppress widespread rain, but flash flooding, gusty winds, and landslips remain possible. Citizens are advised to secure loose items and stay alert. Well, this is what you can expect of the weather tonight into the weekend. Tonight, mostly fair and hazy despite a few isolated showers. Tonight's temperature drops to 25 degrees Celsius. For tomorrow, you can expect initially fair, hazy, and breezy conditions, becoming partly cloudy to cloudy as the day progresses with scattered showers in some locations. Showers will continue intermittently overnight with a medium chance of thunderstorm activity. Gusty winds and street flooding are possible during showers or heavy downpours. Temperatures will reach a high of 31 degrees Celsius and a low of 25 degrees Celsius. For Sunday, occasionally cloudy and breezy with light to moderate showery intervals in varying locations. There is a medium chance that these showers would become heavy and thundery mainly during the morning period, but expect a generally settled afternoon into night, despite 1 or 2 lingering showers. Sunday's temperature will be about 30 degrees Celsius during the day and 24 degrees at night. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. As a recap of our headlines, 17-year-old accident victim succumbs to his injuries. Prime Minister promises to expose foreign exchange cartel. PNM's water reform plan ripped on live TV, and Vibes Cartel responds to Defense Minister's statement of cutting his itinerary ahead of his highly anticipated Trinidad concert. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a great night.